Let's try this again. Sometimes the actual YouTube website doesn't like to open for me. So I can see that I'm streaming via my OBS connection, but what's happening here? There we go. Okay, there we go. Hi. Hello. Hey. How you doing? Good afternoon. Welcome to Periwinkle Palace Arts. You clicked on me. I didn't click on you, but I'm glad you're here. I'm Princess Bun Bun, and I'm here with my Bun Buns. And we do art here, and I got distracted at lunch. I started working on this. So let's start by saying hi to Buns. Maya says good afternoon, and she had a great nap. She's awake now. Here, can you take your pillow off my desk? Yes. Thank you very much, ma'am. We also have Static. She's the dissociation bunny, and she's sitting in my lap right now. And over here we have Fauna. She is the buddy for the fawn response of feelings of fear. I love my Bun Buns. Okay, so I told y'all this morning that I feel kind of disconnected from my body today, and no joke. So sometimes when I feel this way, I pull out one of these. I have like about 7 or 8 of these different books, and they're all different sizes. This is from Bad ASS Women. It's an affirmations for women. Look, it says, I am confident and self-assured, knowing that I am capable of achieving my goals. So whenever you flip it over, you get a little self-pump up, I guess. Self-pump up? What am I saying? What words am I using? Hey, I hope you guys had a great lunch. And I sat here pretty much most of my lunch and transferred files off of my phone to my computer, video files. And then I sat here listening to, I think I'm watching Katie Couric right now, which I don't even know why I am, but it's what the algorithm pulled up, you know? I need to reset my YouTube algorithm for my personal account, because the things it puts up in my feed are just like, wait, what? Anyway, this is called a spiroglyphic, and I do them in random different ways. This one, I'm outlining all of my lines with a point. No, there's no point. It's like a 005 Pigma Micron pen, which is like 0.2 millimeters. So I'm outlining the lines, and then I'll do a bunch like this, and then I'll come back in with the same color, but in the 05. So 005 and 05. And I'll fill it in with the 05. And I'm kind of doing this right now to self-soothe. I hope you don't mind. Um, things just go like this sometimes. What I plan to do is what I end up not doing. I did mention like earlier this week that my ADD is about to get the best of me and things might get a little bit crazy and less structured over here. I try to kind of keep it somewhat structured so far, but sometimes structured is just not my flow. Sometimes my flow is like, I'm gonna do this for a while, I'm done, bored. I'm gonna do this for a while, bored. And I'll go through multiple types of projects in one day. And as long as nobody minds, I will drag you all along with me. It's fine. Because again, I record pretty much every day. Um, so I might as well see if I can jump on here and find some people to chat with and, you know, whatever live streaming is for, I'm here for it. Like I said, I am just kind of in a weird space today. Um, if you see me dancing and bopping my head and possibly hear me singing or humming very badly, and you want to know what it is that I'm jamming to, it's like right there. Wait, it's right there. Little screen share of my Spotify mini player. So if you want to see what song I'm listening to, you can just go and look it up. I find doing these spirals and spiroglyphic things like this. I have some that are square too, so I don't always call them spirals. I find them very soothing, meditative, and mindful. They're also really great for when I'm in a severe OCD crisis. um, because you can get really detailed with them. I have done a bunch of them. If you'd like to see them, just let me know. I have a big pile of them sitting behind me right now. you can make me a tree. It took me a while to kind of catch on to how best to do spiroglyphics, because the first like 10 or 20 I did, oh my gosh, I messed them up so bad. And sometimes I would try to fix them, like go back with whiteout or something, and it just made it worse. And I don't mind showing those either. I have a bunch of finished pieces and works in progress behind me on the floor because they need to be sorted and dated and put into their appropriate portfolios. And I always feel really satisfied after I do something like that and finish it, but the I have anticipatory dread, I think. I don't know if that's a real word. I mean, anticipatory is a real word, and dread is a real word, but I don't know if there's such a real thing called anticipatory dread. But I start dreading things in anticipation, and then I feel like I actually send myself into panic attacks and make it harder for myself to survive in my own head and in the real world. I don't know. But even when it comes to my projects, like things I really, really want to do, I'll hesitate, procrastinate, lose parts. And literally 10 years later, I will find the pieces to the project and I might complete it that time, or I might start on it again and then get distracted and then lose another piece, and it'll get put away for another decade. Sometimes I get so mad, I'm just like, can I just complete one freaking project I start? Please, just finish something. I do finish things, but I never really consider them the things that I was wanting to finish. So I think I count those out on myself. It is what it is, right? There's a lot of different pens and pencils that I've used with these. I will say using a brush pen of any type, not really the thing for these. Pencils work well. Gel pens not so much, because you got to think, when you're doing one of these, sometimes you start in the center, sometimes you start on the outside, but either way, you're either going around and in, or you're going around and out, right? Use a gel pen, especially a glittery gel pen, and I promise you, by the time you get to the center, you're not going to be able to see the lines because you will have smudged all of the glitter or gel pen from the outside rings into the middle rings, and it's gonna look weird and you won't be happy. But I have found that the best way to do these is to get yourself a good pencil or a colored pencil. I especially like to work with the fat colored pencils. I like to work with colored pencils that are multiple colors in one, and they like fade through the colors as you color with them. And I really love to work on them with fine liners and micro liners. That is honestly the best for me, is a good tiny fine liner. I don't know, I find these kind of soothing to do. So I'm gonna take this one all the way to right here where I stopped with the one before it, and then I'm gonna put it aside for a little bit, and we'll continue working on Miss Galinda. Sometimes I need to do something different for a few minutes. And that is the flow, the flexibility and flow in my routine. Okay. So later I'll be coming back through these lines and filling them in with a little bit bigger fine liner. I really like the Micron pens and Copic pens. I have several others types, and I don't know. I find that the Copics and the Pigma Microns have the actual smallest tips with the best control. I wish I could get a gel pen, or I wish I could find a white ink pen, not a paint pen. Here comes the rain. We might get kicked off today, but we'll see. Okay, so with this, this is where we've left off. I finished the yellow brick road this morning. We cut this edge off. We did the skin, we did the hair. And then all we have left to do is the dress. So we pulled out the colors that we were going to use before lunch. These are the colors that we'll be using to start with. You know, I really probably should have closed this earlier when I put it on my desk. What you could see of my desk, that's just this much of my desk. but my desk is actually this big. You can't even see that. And I can reach with my fingers. It puts my elbow right here if I lean forward. That's how big my desk is, okay? I know that didn't make any sense, but you know, we've got special weather statements popping up here. Okay, so what we have is E19, RV14, RV42, RV10, and then I also have R00, RV triple zero, and RV quadruple zero, and the colorless blender. So to do this dress is going to be a little bit different than it was for me to do it in color pencil, because with colored pencil you take a sharp pencil and you can get around these little spots, the little sequiny places. You can get around that. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that detail right now, but we're just going to jump into it. I'll figure it out as I go. We're going to take the darkest color, which is the E19. It's called Redwood. And we're going to set that aside. We're going to take the lightest colors and set them aside, because the darkest color is going to be last. And then we're going to start with basically just pink. It's Begonia Pink, RV14. Give me a second. Okay. I'm gonna come here on this side, okay? We're gonna come all the way down. I also wanted to tell you, doing these spirals, it helps my hands stabilize a little bit. So sometimes I do those in the morning as a warm-up. Okay. This is a little bit tricky right here. I'm not sure how I'm gonna go around these details, but I guess we're gonna try. Here we go. It's nothing, right? This really is difficult. I didn't think about this. I could just come back and add it later, but let's try to do it, okay? I'm actually not coloring the lines. I'm going on the outside of the line. I'm coloring outside of the line again, y'all. Try to remember as I'm doing this that this was originally a pencils class that we converted to markers. So same image, but because one is pencils and one is markers, the technique is actually a little bit different when you're dealing with fluid ink over wax, basically. So while most of the concepts are the same, when you're switching between mediums, it can be a little bit tricky, but you can figure it out. I am simply trying to find something to watch. Some comedy, maybe. Okay, so there's not a leaf right here, but I'm gonna make one. Okay. Okay. That wasn't too terrible. I think we can make this work. It's some tiny details, but we can do this. Oops. Come on, man. Oops. You see what I did there? Okay. if my lights flicker, or rather, if my lights go out, the next thing to go out will be my Wi-Fi, in which case I will get kicked off. So, if my lights go off, then I'm gonna get offline. Because I don't like jumping off without saying bye. Ow. I almost hit my funny bone. I hit right next to my funny bone. What's that bone called? That might be my cue, yo. I'll have to see. I think the Stephen Colbert show is going to be worth a watch till it goes off air, to be honest. It seems like he's like, oh, cool. You firing me? I don't care anymore. Just saying. Why do I have chin itches? That's weird. Oh my goodness. I can't possibly go without headphones in my ears. The barometric pressure is falling, and so my ears are popping. If you want to come in here, and I see you people watching that aren't chatting, please don't be shy. If you want to come in here and chat with me, that would be great. I'd love to talk. Can you hear that rain? Oh my goodness. Y'all, it got dark and evil out there real quick. Oh my goodness. What's happening? It's raining in my backyard and my front yard at the same time. I know that's a weird thing to say, but sometimes, lately, it'll start raining over there. We'll hear the thunder and the lightning. It'll be raining over there. No rain in the front yard. It's strange. But it is what it is. Where I live, the weather is abnormal. Always. Every time you think you figured out what the weather is, nope. It's like a woman. Okay. It's not like a woman. It's like me. I'm a woman, but it's like me. Need some comedy. Just comedy. Every time I go to look for something cool to watch, I see some other news story that I just, okay, now I need to watch that. I don't know what's going on, so I need to watch that. Why are we not connecting Bluetooth? You know what? It helps if you actually take the headphone out and put it in your ear. It'll connect if you do that. In case you didn't know that, it will. I do believe I just put pink marker on my bunny ear. Oh well, at least it didn't go on my face this time. Progress. There we go. Alright, next one. Look, none of my lights have gone out, but it did get darker in here. I think maybe sometimes people would get annoyed with details like this. I don't. I love doing stuff like this. Just being real detailed and letting your mind just kind of zone in to what you're doing instead of anything else around you. Which I know is probably pretty funny for me to say when I've got the TV in this ear and music in this ear. I'm recording, I'm streaming, I'm doing art, you know. But when I focus in on the art, like, I don't even hear anything else, even if it's right in my ears. I just get really kind of deep into this, like, meditative place. And I kind of love that place. It's a place where you're just focused on what you're doing and the movements you're making and what shape you're creating, what color you're seeing. It's very tactile, and that's why I don't often do digital art. I like digital art. Oh my goodness, that shook my whole house. I swear to you, I just felt water drop on my shoulder.
We don't have any leaks, do we?
No, we don't. I hope my husband waits a minute before he leaves work. Pouring out there. That's a bit unusual. I was saying that the music's, not the music, I was saying that the weather's never usual here, but it is, like, it looks like somebody's just dumping a swimming pool over my window. Can't see through it or anything. The Angels is bowling. Wow. Storms didn't used to scare me at all. But then I was kind of like ground zero for Katrina in Mississippi, and that changed my perspective on whether or not I want to stand outside during a hurricane to feel the power of the storm. Nope, I don't. I don't. I've done that enough times. I'm cool. literally don't want to hear anything else about the name Epstein today. I'm done. I'm over it. Please. Okay. Let's try to go around these ones up here. They'll probably be too tiny. Oh my goodness. I almost want to take a waxed crayon and apply it here. But I also sort of want to see if this is going to work out for me as well. My the stream says good connection. Usually it says excellent. Shoot. Look, that's pretty good. I think I'm gonna call it, y'all. My mouth is starting to hurt so much more. And I don't think I can take much more right now. So we'll come back this tomorrow, okay? First thing in the morning. This is just a short little live. Didn't do much of anything, didn't talk about much of anything, but I still am happy that you were here, and I can't wait to hear back from you, get your comments, etc. And yeah, this has been Periwinkle Palace Arts. I'm Princess Bun Bun, here with all my Bun Buns, and we did art here. We did do a lot of art this afternoon, but I think we got pretty intense this morning, so it is what it is. Like, subscribe, hit a bell notification if you want to. I'm not going to force you. Have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow.